Did I tell you the difference between client and server? No, right? First of all, guys, in ServiceNow, every time you will be hearing two words: client, server, client, server. Okay, getting my point. Well, in ServiceNow, you will be hearing majorly things client and server. So to make you understand better, client is nothing but form, server is nothing but database. Okay, client is nothing but form, server is nothing but database. Okay, guys, remember you have you have some wardrobe, you have some shelf. Okay, you bought some clothes. You bought some clothes. The clothes are in your hands. The clothes are not in your wardrobe. That means the clothes are still in the client. Client means which will actually take the input. Getting my point? So let us say I have given you two pairs of clothes. You kept it in your hand. Okay, that means those are in your hands. Those are actually in your hands. If you keep them in the wardrobe, that means wardrobe is a server. Your hands is actually a client. Getting my point? You got it? Your hands are client. If you keep those clothes in the wardrobe, wardrobe is a server. Getting my point? So let us say I have given you 10,000 rupees. Those 10,000 rupees are in your pocket. If you kept it in the bank, that means the amount is in the database. Getting my point? If I give you a gold, if you are carrying it, that means you have gold in your pocket in your hands. If you keep that gold somewhere in the wardrobe or bank, that means the gold is in the server. Okay. So similarly, the farm will take the values. The farm is a client here. Once you submit the form, the values will be stored into the database. I will show you one example here. I'm opening the finance case form. Form is a client. I selected Abhay Patil here. This value is still in the client. If you refresh this one, okay, if you refresh this one, the value will be gone. Okay, the value is still in the client. If you refresh this one, the value will be gone. I selected the value. Here also I selected the value. So this number, fin case 000123 number, this particular value this particular test value, these values are still in the client. Okay, once you submit this one, these values will go to server. So if you refresh this one, those values won't go because those values are in the server. You getting my point? So now I am selecting here the state value as in progress. This in progress value is still in the client. If I refresh this one, that is gone. Once I change it to in progress and save this one, the value will go to server. Now the in progress value is in the server. If I change the impact to high, urgency to high, these two values, these three values are still in the client. If you refresh this one, those values will be gone. If you select high and urgency as high, if you save this one, the values will be gone. So the values will be stored into the database. Now you can say here, this number, this Abhay Patil, this test value, in progress, high, critical, these values are in the database. I will show you list and show you. So if you just go to all cases, what is the number? 0001123. So 0001123. This number is stored in the database. Abhay Patil number is stored in the database. State in progress stored into the database. Impact high stored into the database. Okay. So you take the form, you enter the values. Unless and until you submit the form, the values will be still in the client. Getting my point? Unless and until you submit the form, the values will be still in the client. So I have selected an assignment group here as application development. So this value is still in the client or server, you tell me? Still in the client. Okay. Okay. So let me do one thing. So I am just going to open some other page, guys. Let us take this one. Let me click on right here. So here sales value is still in the client or server. Still it is there in the client. Okay. I'm changing it to test. Test value is still there in the client or not? This value is still there in the client or not? So once you submit this one, these values will go to server. Haven't submitted yet. Unless and until you submit the form, the values will go to server, or else it will be there in the client. Getting my point? So here you need to understand clearly difference between client and server, because mostly will be hearing this client server terminology in ServiceNow. Okay. So in the UI policy, we have written script, right? In the UI policy, we wrote the script. Okay. So UI policy only work on the form. So that is why we call it as client side script. UI policy is a client side. So first of all, you need to understand the difference between client and server. So this is a field, guys. Here you can enter the value. This value is still there in the client. Once you submit this form, the value will go to server. I am just opening one UI page. Okay. Okay. Clicking on try it here. So here I am actually selecting duplicate here. I am writing something here. Now you tell me these two values are in the client or server. They are still in the client. Once you click on resolve, the values will go to server. Okay. So we understand the difference between client and server difference properly. In ServiceNow, UI policies work only on the form is what we have discussed, right? UI policies are client side. Only form side it will work. UI policies are client side. Client scripts are client side. There is another topic called client scripts. If you go to the finance case, right click, configure, you can see UI policies is a client script. Client scripts is also a client side script. Client scripts. So client scripts also work only on the form. Client scripts also work only on the form. UI policies work only on the form. Client scripts also work only on the form. Okay. So UI policies, client scripts, client side UI action, client side UI action, UI pages, UI macros. These are actually the client side scripting areas. So these are the place where you can write client side scripts. So these will work only on the form. Only on the form. Okay. So now let us discuss about server side script. So if you right click here, right click configure. See the security rules is server side. Business rules is server side. Data policy is server side. UI actions, server side UI actions, notifications, dictionaries, all these are server side. Only this UI policies and client scripts. So UI policies, client scripts, client side UI actions, UI pages, UI macros. Well, when it comes to the server side script, we have business rules, scheduled jobs, email notifications, email scripts. Script includes these all are comes under server side script because these will work on the database. These will work on the form. Okay. So in ServiceNow, total ServiceNow, you can divide into two parts, guys. Client side, server side. Forms, all forms under client side. Incident form, problem form, change form, any form comes under client side. So once you enter the values, once you enter the values on the forms, once you submit the form, the values will go to server. Okay. Okay. So now there is another concept that come into picture. APIs. APIs. So we have client side APIs. You have server side APIs. So these APIs are ServiceNow provided APIs. These APIs are ServiceNow provided APIs. These client side APIs will work only on the client side script. So let me write down here. These client side APIs only work in this client side script. Server side scripts only work on the server side script. Server side APIs only work on the server side scripts. Let me tell you, Glide Record is a server side API. Glide Record is a server side API. If I try to use that in the UI policy, it won't work. Okay. Glide user is a client side API. If I use this Glide user in the business tools, it won't work. Okay. Glide Record Secure is a server side API. If you use this Glide Record Secure in the client scripts, it won't work because it is a server side API. It is a client side script. Okay. Glide Form is a client side API. This you cannot use it in the business tool or scheduled jobs or anywhere here in the server side scripts. This Glide user, Glide Form, you can only use it in the client side scripts. Okay. Let me write some more APIs. Glide system, Glide aggregate, hmm, Glide aggregate, Glide schedule, Glide date, Glide update manager, Glide import runner. Parser. These are actually some of the server side APIs. These are some of the server side APIs. If you try to use these APIs in the client side scripts, like UI policy, client scripts, or client side UI actions, or UI pages, or UI macros, it won't work. So Glide user, Glide form, Glide Ajax, All these are actually client-side APIs. Okay. These are all actually client-side APIs. These client-side APIs, if you try to use it in the server-side scripts, it won't work. Okay. You can use these client-side APIs in the client-side scripts. You can only use the server-side APIs only in the server-side script. Okay. You can only use these client-side APIs only in the client-side scripts. You can only use the server-side APIs in the server-side scripts. Server-side APIs can't be used in the client-side scripts. Client-side APIs can't be used in the server-side scripts. Okay. Guys, before we discuss the use cases, we will start from client-side APIs. In the client-side APIs, we are going to discuss about Glide user API in today's session. Okay. Why the strength is down today? Okay. Guys, Glide user API is a client-side API. You all know that. Shaker must be strong enough. That is okay. You should become a strong person. You should get the job. Rest of the people are thinking like they are strong. Never lose the hope, Shaker. Okay, particularly I'm pointing out. Spend extra time. Recall, recall the things every day. Even though some of the professionals they are actually telling me to go speed, I am actually not going very speed. I'm going in a proper pace. Okay, Shaker, you must be a successful person. No option for you. Okay. So Glide user is a client side API. It is used to get current logged in user information. Current logged in user information. So who is the current logged in user here? This guy, system administrator. So I'm just impersonating as another person. Now you tell me who is the current logged in person now? Abraham Lincoln. Whoever has logged in, that person is the current logged in person. So we all are working for TCS company. I log in with my name. You log in with your name. You log in with your name. Okay. So for me, I am the current logged in user. Getting my point? For you, you are the current logged in user. For you, you are the current logged in user. Getting my point? We all are work for a company. We all are work for a company. In that company, we will be logging in with our names. So I log in as Uday Gadiparthi. You log in as Wali. Your name I forgot. Jagadish. You log in as Jagadish. You log in as Shekhar. You log in as Rajesh. Your name I forgot. Ravindra. Sorry. Ravi Teja kada? Ravindra. Okay. So you log in as Raviteja. So current logged in user information for me means my details. For you means your details. So that is the current logged in user information. If you want to get the current logged in user information, then you will use Glide user API. We'll see that in the documentation so that we will be able to understand detail. Glide user API provides access to information about current user and current user roles. Using Glide user API, you can see here current user and current user roles. So current user, current logged in user, both are same. Who is current user? System administrator. Abraham Lincoln here. I'm ending the impersonation. Who is the current user now? System administrator. Okay. To get the current user information such as first name. His first name is system. His last name is administrator. His full name is system administrator. He has some system ID. Every person, every record has system ID in ServiceNow, right? So likewise, system administrator record has also one system ID. His login name. So let me just go to the default view here. Okay. So here first name is system. Full name is system administrator. Login name is an admin. System ID is this one. So this is the system ID. Ending with E441. If you want to get this current logged in user information, you can use Glide user API. So here it is clearly mentioned current user roles as well. So Glide user is accessed using G underscore user. G underscore user means Glide user. Okay. Now you go to the form. You either can use UI policy, you can use client script or UI pages or UI macros or client side UI actions to understand about Glide user. What I'm doing to explain about this Glide user API, right? To explain about this Glide user API, using any of these scripts, I can actually explain. I am going to use client scripts. In the client script, I am going to use Glide user. So what I'm doing is right click configure, go to client scripts. Okay. In the client script, so I'm choosing on load, guys. On load means every time when the form gets loaded, on load client script will run. G underscore user. Glide user can be accessed using G underscore user. Dot first name. So currently logged in user first name. G underscore user dot last name. G underscore user dot. Just give me a moment, guys. G underscore user first to glide user. Glide user dot first name. Glide user dot last name. Glide user dot full name. For full name, you have to use parentheses, guys. Okay. G underscore user dot username. Username means login name. G underscore user dot user ID. User ID means system ID. Hmm? Okay. G underscore user dot user ID. So it will give you current logged in user first name, last name. So to show you in the alert, I want to show it in the alert. Alert means pop-up. Hmm. Clear, right? So this is a onload client script. I have selected onload. Onload means every time the form is refreshed, the script will run. I'm just current logged in user first name is system. This is called alert, guys. So current logged in user last name. Current logged in user full name. Full name. Current logged in user login name. Current logged in user system ID E441. If you see here, current logged in user first name, last name, full name, login name, system ID. You can just copy system ID. So I have created an onload client script. In the onload client script, we used glide user. This onload client script will be executed whenever I refresh the form. Now I refresh the form. So current logged in user first name, last name, full name, login name, and user ID. Okay. Okay. So I'm just opening the Abraham Lincoln user account. Just go to user administration. I'm adding finance case user role to him. Okay. I have added finance case role to user role to him. So I'm just impersonating as Abraham Lincoln now. If I impersonate as Abraham Lincoln is my current, Abraham Lincoln is the current logged in user now. If I refresh this one, the onload client script will be executed. Abraham is his first name. Lincoln is his last name. Abraham Lincoln is his full name. Abraham.Lincoln is his login name. And system ID, Abraham Lincoln system ID is this one. So if Wali has logged in, First name will come as Kaja, last name will come as Wali. Full name Kaja Wali. Login name will come as Wali. This is Wali system ID. So in the organization, different people will log in, right? If you want to get his information, we'll use Glide User API. To get the current user information, we will use Glide User API. Hmm? Okay. Let me end the impersonation here. Okay. So, well, I'm going to the Glide User API. I'm going to comment out all these things. This is called JavaScript commenting. Whatever the line that is commented, that won't be executed. You read it, you learned it. Super. So everybody will be placed in this batch. It looks like. I think everybody will get the job. If you do like this, definitely you will get the job. So, well, we have seen current log. We have got the current logged in user information, right? We'll allow you to ask the doubt in the end. To get the current logged in user information, we have used Glide user. To get the current logged in user roles, also we use Glide user API. So G underscore user dot as role. I'm giving some random text. Okay. As role exactly. So has role method, has role exactly, has role from list, and has roles. Okay. So do you think any of these roles are there in ServiceNow? Let me go to the roles. So we'll check is there any role as such in the roles table. Do we have any role as such? No. So whatever the roles that we specified, no one has that role. There is no role in ServiceNow as such. So now current logged in user has this particular role or not, you have to answer. So do you think current logged in user has this particular role? Hmm? No, right? But ServiceNow says yes. Why is that? Current logged in user is an admin. Current logged in user is an admin. That is why this will give output as true. So what is my point here is this line has role, right? This will check current logged in user has this particular role or not. If the current logged in user has this particular role, it will by default say true. If the current logged in user doesn't have that particular role, additionally, it will check if he is an admin or not. So in this case, current logged in user doesn't have this particular role. Additionally, it is checking if he is an admin or not. But current logged in user is an admin, right? That is why it will give output as true. You got it right? Has role will check whatever the role that you specified here or not. Whatever the role that you specified here, if current logged in user has that role or not, it will check. If he has that role, it will blindly say true. If he doesn't have that role, additionally, it will check if he is an admin or not. If he is not an admin, then it will say false. Got it? Clear, right? Current logged in user doesn't have this particular role. Then what it does additionally, it will check it if he is an admin or not. As current logged in user is an admin, it will say true. Yes. Well, when it comes to the has role exactly, it is mentioned exactly. So it will not check for admin role. Whatever the role that you specified, if current logged in user has that particular role, it will say true. If the current logged in user doesn't have that role, it will say false. It will not check additionally admin access is there or not. Okay. Will say false. The current logged in user has any one of the listed roles. So there are 4 roles listed here. If the current logged in user has any one of the listed roles, it will say true. If the current logged in user doesn't have any one of the listed roles, additionally it will check for the admin access. It is like has role. So this one also is boolean value true here. So it will check any current logged in user has any one of the listed roles or not. Current logged in user has any one of the listed roles or not, it will check. If any one of the listed roles, current logged in user has any one of the listed roles, it will say true. If the current logged in user doesn't have any one of the listed roles, it will check for additionally admin access. If he is an admin, it will say true. If he is not an admin, it will say false. Hmm? If the current logged in user has 0 roles, no role at all, it will say false. If the current logged in user has at least one role, any role, it can be any role, it will say true. It will say true. Current logged in user is an admin, right? He has many roles, right? Then it will say true here. We will see the script execution. So when I refresh the form, the onload client script will be executed, right? So current logged in user has that particular role it is telling. True it is giving. How is it giving true? First it has checked that role. Current logged in user doesn't have that role. And additionally it has checked if he is an admin or not. He is an admin. That is why it has given true. If he is not an admin, it will say false. Second one has role exactly. Has role exactly, it will not check the admin access additionally. That is why it has given false. The third one, okay, we didn't keep alerts for rest of them. First one it is saying true. Second one is false. Third one it is saying true. Current logged in user doesn't have any one of the listed roles, but still it is checking if he is an admin or not. As he is an admin, it is saying true. If he is not an admin, then it will say directly false. And has roles. Current logged in user has more than 0 roles. Then that is why it is giving true here. So that is how you can check current logged in user has, you can get current logged in user information and current logged in user roles as well. So Glide user, in today's session, we have discussed about Glide user API. Glide user is a client side API, which can only be used in the client side scripts. You have to refer this session every day before you learn any topic, so that you can learn clearly. You have to refer this topic every day before you learn every topic. Okay, you can ask your doubt. Yes. So if he doesn't have the role, he can't access the form. The form itself won't be visible to Abraham Lincoln. As I have given the role to Abraham Lincoln can access this form. See, if we created a table, finance case table, do you remember? Okay, I'll show you. We created a table called finance case table. Okay, this is the table that we created. Okay, when we created the table, automatically a role is created here. If you see here, u underscore finance case underscore user. The person who has this particular role, only they can access the forms. So only when they can access the form, the client scripts will be executed. Okay. So somebody, Raj, you were asking some question.
Yeah, hi Uday.
Yeah, hi.
So I was actually testing these UI policies and data insertion records like we discussed. I mean, there are some issues. One is the on UI policies when we actually um,
You
just
can
give me
share your
1 minute.
screen if you can.
Yeah. So when we're applying a read only for particular field, even though I have not inherited that, so it is still coming to a child table.
Read only is being applied to a child table as well, even though it is not inherited. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure why, because when you told it will not apply to the child tables, right?
Go to the script once. Go to the form. Which field you are actually trying to make it read only?
So the resolve basically in this particular field.
Go to that field, right click, configure dictionary. Scroll down. Okay, there is no dictionary override on it. Okay, fine. Go back.
Let me also open.
No. Before you opening the background script, I'm just asking you.
Oh, just a minute. Let me open the another child table.
Okay.
So here also this is applied, but when I created the UI policy,
On the map table, you created UI policy.
No. I created on the finance case.
Okay.
This is all read only, this particular one.
Open this one.
So it only read only here. Right?
Click on advanced view. Click on
here. I have not inherited here.
Okay. What you can do is you can just select the class.
Class from?
In the condition.
Okay.
Class. Is u underscore that is the table name, right?
Yes.
Okay, save this one. Yeah, and go and check here if it is working fine or not here.
So this is fine here. Let's open. It is still there. So there is no script applied to this particular field, basically.
Hold on, let me take the control.
Sure.
For me, it was not applied. So there are two UI policies I am seeing here. So you created
that was only on the map, right? But
yeah, you created on the map. You created two UI policies. One is on the finance case table, and where you are making resolve that field read only. You have created another UI policy on the finance case map table. There also you are making resolved at field read only.
Right. I think I maybe mistakenly created that. But if you can check the log form once, if it is working fine there,
so
then
this is a map form. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is editable here.
Yeah.
This is a map form. This is not map form. This is fin case form.
Fin case form. Okay. But I think
You created two UI policies. Yeah.
Okay.
Another doubt?
Yes. So the another one is so the related lists are not coming to the child tables.
Yes, so related lists won't come up in the child tables.
Okay, it
we
won't
have to separately add.
Okay, fine. And when we are trying to insert the records through a script or the API, so first thing, you told me to take any of the system ID of a particular user from the user table, so that user will get populated, right? But for me, it is coming as blank. Same issue with the REST API as well.
See,
and for these,
here you have taken the description as normal description here. There is a field mistake here. You should take u underscore description here.
But okay, that is fine. But how about this one? Why this is not getting populated?
Is this a system ID in the user table?
Yes, yes. I copied it from there.
There is no system ID with that, the user table.
I have copied from there only. I mean, this was actually a sorry, I think I copied it from the FinCase table. That's But even then, for FinCase also, it comes from the user only, right? User table.
No, 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 no. You have to take the system ID of any of the users. I think you might have taken FinCase system
No,
ID.
caller is populated from a user only, right?
I didn't
So
understand.
if you go to the farm,
So from here you have taken.
so this, yeah,
From here you have taken.
yes.
How did you take from here?
No, from the list basically. I went to the list and then from there I copied the system ID of this particular user.
So anyhow, you have taken wrong system ID. Okay, you take the system ID here. This is a user system ID. Where is the notepad? The scripting and all I haven't taught, right?
I was just trying actually.
Okay, fine. So these field names are correct or not, you need to make sure. That is actually one thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And we should be capital letter, that is fine. And GR insert. So coming as one. See here, one is a choice value. One is a choice value. If I go to my finance case form, state value one means new.
Correct.
But in your form, state value one means label new or not, you have to check.
Okay.
Getting my point?
Okay, if there is nothing assigned to that one, it will come as one, you mean to say?
Yes.
Okay, I will try it again. Okay.
Don't worry about it. Script part, I'll tell you. Where is this notepad?
Okay.
Okay. So this one coming as blank means in the sys underscore user connect with Abhiram once. Okay. Raj,
Okay.
connect with
Okay.
Abhiram. He can help you. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, and keep up your